Ladies and gentlemen, I have some breaking news for you guys this morning. The mainstream media is lazy. Not only is the mainstream media lazy, they're also incompetent. And they wonder why fewer and fewer people are getting their news from them. They wonder why normal people get their news from guys like me instead of relying on their propaganda. This non-story about Jackie Robinson, this is why. Yesterday, the Department of Defense, they were doing some spring cleaning. Apparently, the DoD had a website that was dedicated to diversity, equity, and inclusion. Now, I'm sure some of you guys are wondering, what the hell does diversity have to do with defending the country? The short answer is not a damn thing. I don't know about you guys, but I don't want a diverse military. I don't want Puny Pete standing next to Steroid Sam. If Puny Pete wants to be in the military, hand him a mop, but make sure you tell him how to use it. Otherwise, Pete will think it's a broom and think it's a form of transportation. Anyway, the Department of Defense, they were eradicating the woke fungus. They were automatically deleting websites that were labeled DEI. One of those sites happened to belong to former military veteran and Major League Baseball legend Jackie Robinson. Now, obviously, deleting Jackie Robinson's site is egregious, but if you're a member of the media and your job is to investigate and report the news, how would you react to this story? Would you contact the Department of Defense and ask them what happened? Or would you automatically assume it's mythical racism and report the story to your lonely male followers to incite fake outrage? An honest media, they would have reached out to Pete Hegseth and the DoD, who, unlike the administration of Johnny B. Biden, are really, really easy to get a hold of. But instead of doing that, the worldwide leader in woke ESPN, they assumed the worst. They assumed it was mythical racism. Make sure to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at KC_BTL84. If you happen to stumble upon this video, be sure to check out my main channel, Behind the Line. Link to the main channel is in the description below. Now, according to the Department of Defense, the deleting of Jackie Robinson's website, it was an honest mistake. Like I said, they were automatically deleting everything that was labeled DEI. For some reason, Jackie Robinson's site was given the diversity label. Who gave him that label? Johnny B. Biden. So this wasn't even the Trumpers' mistake. This was another of the thousands of mistakes made by Johnny B. But that didn't stop Mina Kimes and the wanker spankers at ESPN from accusing the Trumper of mythical racism. No! Why let a fake crisis go to waste? Nowadays, stories of mythical racism are very hard to find. The business of mythical racism is bankrupt. The last employee, the Wicked Weave Joy Reid, she was fired last month. When a story of fake racism presents itself, deacons at Woke United Methodist, they take advantage. Yesterday afternoon, Mina Kimes received her 87th and possibly final win on Around the Horn. ESPN has decided to mercifully cancel this garbage after years of low ratings. Mina Kimes has more wins on Around the Horn than she does passing yards in the NFL. She has more wins on Around the Horn than games played in the NFL. Matter of fact, when I look at Mina Kimes' stats in the NFL, it looks like the bank account of a WNBA dump diver. It's nothing but zeros. Yet for some reason, Mina Kimes continues pretending to be an NFL analyst. Yesterday, she was pretending to be an analyst for Major League Baseball. I guess next, Mina Kimes will be analyzing the NBA. Which at least that would kind of make sense. ESPN calls Monica McDougal an NBA analyst. Mina and Monica, they have something in common besides their names starting with the letter M and LGBTM. Both Mina and Monica, they have the same number of dunks as the dump divers in the WNBA. None. Anytime one of the Deacons wins around the horn, they are given 60 seconds of free airtime to discuss a topic of their choosing. Yesterday, Mina Kimes chose Jackie Robinson and mythical racism. Watch for yourself.
ESPN and others reported today that the Department of Defense, amidst an ongoing effort to purge government mentions of diversity, equity, inclusion, removed the website honoring Jackie Robinson's military service. It has since been restored, and their spokesperson, the Pentagon press secretary, said this: we do not view or highlight people such as Robinson through the prism of immutable characteristics such as race, amongst other things. So, look, Jackie Robinson was known for many things, but above all, first and foremost, it was his ongoing courage in the face of racial discrimination. In fact, in addition to crossing the color barrier in baseball, he served in a segregated unit in the Army and in one instance refused to move to the back of the bus, was arrested and acquitted. That matters.
I noticed that Mina Kimes failed to explain why the website was restored. I noticed that Mina Kimes conveniently overlooked the logical reason that makes this story a non-story. I wonder why. Now, in fairness to Mina Kimes, I doubt her bosses at ESPN wanted to expose the reason on their airwaves because it makes them look lazy. It makes them look incompetent. You know, I receive fake stories all the time. They're not sent to me maliciously. Viewers will come across something and they'll send it to me without looking into it, which is fine. It's fine. It's not their job to look into it. That's my job. In most cases, it takes me all of 5, maybe 10 minutes to verify if a story is real or fake. That's all it would have taken ESPN yesterday. 5 minutes. A quick phone call, a quick email to the Department of Defense. But ESPN, they didn't want to do that. Why let facts get in the way of pushing the agenda? Give me your thoughts on this. ESPN reports a story of fake racism about the Trumper. Hours later, Mina Kimes runs with the story knowing it was fake. I guess that's what pretend analysts do. They play make-believe. Sound off in the comments below. I'll see you guys on the main channel.